But what we're going to do today is discuss the Springboro levy. And we're going to make it as brief as possible, but this is a levy that is 18% of our operating budget. This is $7.9 million. $7.9 million comes to the school with this levy. This currently right now is a 5-year levy. Typically this would be up for our renewal. This is the first time we can renew this. The Board of Education has decided to make this a substitute continuing levy. Now what does that mean? A substitute levy changes the way we collect taxes. If this was a renewal levy, and if we look at our Springboro-opoly, let's just think that this right here is Springboro taxpayers. 18,000 plus taxpayers in the community. Right here altogether paying $7.9 million. Well now, we've got a few homes that are being built around the community. So over here in Settlers Walk, let's say 25 new homes are built this year. New construction, not where they're buying an existing home. This is new construction. Then over here on, say, South 741, we have 200 more homes that are being constructed. So now we have 200 brand new homes, 25 new homes here. That's 225 new homes that will be taxed for Springboro schools. If this was strictly a renewal levy, all of these homes' taxes would go right into this hopper. So, Doug, as we talked about yesterday at the chamber, pays about $500 in school taxes, right? Very good. Yes, so $500 in school tax. If all of this new construction goes into the hopper, what that does is it takes his taxes at $500 and reduces it a little bit. Because now you have more people paying $7.9 million. So he may pay $495 or $493. It just reduces it a little bit. But the school district still gets the same amount of dollars. Last year, 803 new students came to Springboro Schools. Many people don't know that. 803 new students. 550 approximately students moved away. A lot of people come in and out of Springboro. But that was about 250 additional kids to our district that we are now educating with no more income from taxpayers because the levies remain the same. However, what a substitute levy says, these 18,000 plus taxpayers will just continue to pay the same amount. So Doug will pay $500 because the new construction, that money will come directly to the school instead of going into the hopper. If that would have happened 5 years ago, it would have been a difference of $2.3 million to this district. New construction is still going to pay taxes. These folks are still going to pay taxes. All we're saying is instead of putting it in the same hopper and keeping the revenue the same, the new construction just comes directly to the school. Because this is 18% of the budget, 1/5 of our operating, there's no reason to keep coming back every 5 years. That's why we want to make it a continuum. This is the last levy, the last school levy that Springboro has that's actually a 5-year levy. Everything else is a continuing levy right now. So we make this a continuing levy and it just rolls. Now, people ask, so does this fix our finances forever? Well, no, it doesn't. Because we had a school board a while back, none of them are on the board now, that had reduced the millage of a previous levy. That was over $8 million that our school district has lost over the last few years, over $8 million. So eventually down the line, we're going to have to ask for new money. We're going to need to ask for probably a permanent improvement levy. Why would we ask for that? Well, because we are having more students come in, we have lost money from the previous levy, and so we have no additional income coming. Right now, the last 6-7 years, every teacher that comes to this school district comes in at step 0. So if Doug, as an engineer, wants to be a math teacher, and he's been teaching math at Lebanon for the last 5 years, but his dream is to come to Springboro, because it's the best school in Southwest Ohio. Heck, it's the best school in Ohio. So he comes, we've got a math opening, we want to hire him. He comes in at step 0. He doesn't get those years of experience. So we have people that want to come here every year that can't because it's an amazing pay cut to come here. Another example would be our buses. This morning, right now, 66 buses are on the road. How many buses do you think we have in reserve in case some break down? We got 3 right now, that's it. And buses go down all the time because we haven't been able to buy new capital projects like that. So we're going to need to ask for more money down the line. But what this levy does, by going ahead and having new construction pay the taxes to the school instead of in the hopper, that new levy is actually going to be extended out. We may not need to do it to 2020 or even 2021. And the amount that we would have asked for is going to be less because of this new construction money coming. So what are the positives? The positives are new construction money comes straight to the school. Negative is 18,000 plus taxpayers will have to pay the same amount they have, and they won't get a little salary or a little tax cut when new construction happens. But it's not much of a cut. And so all we're asking is for the people to pay their fair share and be able to help the school district like that. The other negative that people talk about is the fact that, yeah, every 5 years, they now don't have the opportunity to vote down a levy because we want to make it continuing. But it makes it hard for us to budget down the line when we think, okay, will that money be there or not? And it's a fifth of our budget. Can you imagine the high school having 18% less teachers or 18% less opportunities? So that is why. And the other thing is resources. I got to tell you, I enjoy these presentations. But when this is all said and done, I'll have between 50 and 60 presentations. When you go somewhere, usually it's an hour, hour and a half to spend. Multiply that times 50 to 60. And a lot of times it's me, a lot of times it's me and the treasurer or part of our committee. It's a lot of resources, a lot of time that we can spend educating students instead. So with all of that, what questions do you have? And by the way, for those watching on the video, as I give this speech, if you watch this and you say, I don't agree with that, call the school, talk to me. If we've made a mistake, we'll fix it and do a new video. So with that, questions?
How does the township residents who have kids in the district, how is that impacting?
What do you mean?
Well, if you live in Clear Creek Township, you had referenced
Well, what I mean
you're talking about
Springboro Schools.
School District. Okay.
So that means Clear Creek Township, that means, the village of Springboro and so forth. The entire, anyone that pays to Springboro Schools, that's who it affects. Good question.
Property tax.
Yeah, property tax.
So I have a question. I had understood what you had said about it being fixed amount, but I guess what I thought is anything over that 7.9 actually went into the larger state coffer and got distributed away from the district.
Oh, yeah. Now, that was thanks to House Bill 920. That's a whole different issue.
Okay.
If your property value goes up and your taxes go up, we don't see any of that on any of our levies. Any raise in taxes goes to the state of Ohio, and that's statewide, every school. This is just, if everything remains the same, we're saying taxes, if your house value doesn't go up, you still pay the same. The new construction then will come directly to the school to help our revenue. But if Doug's value goes up, now he has to pay $520, that $20 goes to the state. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Any other questions? We have a more exciting speaker now coming. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to do this.